Good morning, friends, and welcome back to Coffee with Kristen and Tina. I'm your host, Tina Prigge, Vagabond Creative Studio. This is Kristen Odell, KLOLLC. Good morning. We are so happy to see you.
Good morning.
And, I'm so glad that we're live this morning because I wanted to wish Marcy Pfeiffer a very happy birthday. It was actually on Sunday, but we weren't live on Sunday. But here it is officially. Marcy, happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Marcy. I hope she hops on so we can tell her. Let's see. I we can't see. Oh, that's fun.
So how's everything going, Kristen? It is almost the end of school, or are you guys done already?
We are not done yet. But they have, what is today, Tuesday? We have 3 days left. We are done on Thursday. So we are definitely counting down the days.
And it's interesting because since you were homeschooling this year, now you will be off of school as well.
Yes. Thank goodness. Let's just all say a thank goodness to that. Yes, it has been a lovely year, but I will be very happy to wrap it up and cruise on into summer.
So what about next year? Did you decide, are you going to continue in the same model or will they go to a school?
They will not be homeschooled next year. One good thing about trying homeschool is you can learn about whether or not homeschool is for you. And it turns out that I've been given lots of messages that says that I should be a working mom and support my household and not be the homeschool mom. We did it. We did just fine. The girls have done exceptionally well, but it is time to pass the baton back to people who are professional teachers.
Nice. Well, it's really interesting that as a mom, you have that experience because so many don't. It's such a unique time in history that we even know what it's like to have kids at home for a school day. So.
Right, exactly. And I think I've learned a lot about the girls and how they learn and even things that historically, when I look back, like I maybe would have advocated more for them in school had I had this perspective. So these are all like really valuable things that I will be able to take forward and, help encourage them through the rest of their education. But yes, I am very thankful to be wrapping it up.
Nice. Hey, you shared a really, I think, powerful, entrepreneur specific, but also, it's not just entrepreneur specific, but it really does resonate with me as an entrepreneur. A quote. I'm going to put it up. Let's just talk about this for a quick second. You want to read it out loud, Kristen?
Yes. Okay. So we are officially kicking off our softball season. So it says, if you want to succeed when everybody is watching, which is when you're out on the field in a game, everybody's there. You have to work hard when nobody's watching, when the audience isn't there. And I love this for softball because the girls that play on my team work exceptionally hard in practice, and we drill and like really kind of beat them up to get the reps in so that they're ready for games. And I love being able to sit back then and see what they're capable of when they hit the field. And so, Tina, to your point, like there is a very entrepreneurial tone to this, right? Because so often we see entrepreneurs having great success and you look at it, like it always looks easy. What we don't see is all the work that happens behind the scenes and the grit that you have to put in to get it to that point. So yeah, like some very nice dual meaning there in that picture for today.
Right. Yeah. And definitely not just softball, of course, with softball, but really with anything in life. If you want to show up and what does it say? Succeed when everyone's watching, you really have to do the hard work behind the scenes.
Right. And I would even go a little bit farther to say like some of that hard work is in here or in here. Right. So like if you think you can't do something, that mindset about how you get set up to accomplish it just can be entirely different than you say, like, I know this is going to be hard, but I'm going to tackle it and I'm going to do my very best. And when I show up, I'm going to give 110%. Like that's a different mindset. And you can train yourself to do that. You can tell yourself that you're going to do that. And I think that's one thing I've really, as I bridge into my 40th year around the sun, my mind is so much stronger. I find like I have the ability to say, nope, I'm not going to let myself get down or get frustrated. Like I am prepared to do this and to do some hard work. So I think that speaks a lot to that.
That is awesome. And speaking of hard work and speaking of softball, are you coaching again this year?
I am coaching. I'm coaching Grace's double A team with Manitowoc Youth Baseball. And then I also am commissioning the Ponytails League, which is first and second graders. So I'm over kind of seeing their leagues. So yeah, the two littles, they play in Ponytails, and then Grace plays in the double A.
So all three of your girls are playing.
They are playing. Now we are very fortunate, again, a mindset thing. All of our children have practice on Sundays at 4:30. So the planets have aligned that we can all go to practice and then be done with practice for the week, which is very, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
But then that goes from Sunday into games. And then they have games Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights. So our summers are busy.
So then, I think I need to share this other meme because that's a lot. That's a lot of softball.
Yes. I'm not always at the softball field, but when I am, just kidding, I'm always at the softball field. That is correct. And I can promise you, when I'm at the softball field, there are no Dos Equis there. There is Gatorade and, sunflower seeds and sweaty and stinky kids. But yes, that is my summer. We're always at the softball field. And I'm thankful to be able to do that.
And you said the magic word. It's summer. Woo!
Summer. I know. We've had, last week was a beautiful week, the summer teaser. And now I think, today it's supposed to be pretty warm again. So I love it. Bring it on.
I know. This is my favorite season. I just have to share this picture. This is a tree that's growing near our house. Actually, we planted this tree on our son's first birthday. So every year, just in time for his birthday, it blooms. And this year it is just exploding with blooms, and it smells great. And it just gets me in the right headspace to see it and smell it. Is there anything that does that for you?
We have a tree like that. So I think it's really those trees are so beautiful. And we have, I think it's an apple blossom tree as well that blooms white. So we have a white one and the hot pink one. And it is kind of just that trigger to get ready for the summer. And I really love it.
Yeah. I just love stepping outside and you breathe in deep and it's all these floral and spring scents. And actually the lilacs are starting to bloom now too. And that is really intoxicating, the smell of the lilacs.
Right. Yeah. One of my girlfriends actually lives over near Stockbridge area and brought me a mason jar with lilacs in that they cut from their yard. So they're a little bit ahead of us because, we're cooler near the lake.
Cool.
So we had them here on Saturday night and they smelled so good. They were so fragrant. They were deep purple and then almost a white or very light lavender color. And it was just that. You get to take that fragrant smell in.
Yeah, it's so heady. I love that. Well, also some other fun summer, spring. Tell us about this cool contraption.
So let's see here. Maybe. This is, so if you guys remember last year, if you've been following along with us, Doug undertook building a raised garden bed for us last year, and it was beautiful. And so this year the girls have had, these little birdhouses that are kind of off to the side. We've had these here. It was a gift from a friend a long time ago. So they finally painted them and got them done. And that pine cone hanging thing on the right, we had gotten from the flower gallery at Christmas time. And then this huge, super cute birdhouse in the front, we actually got at the farmer's market from one of the vendors. And I'm sorry because I should know their name, but I don't. We bought it just because it was so cute and so brightly colored that who doesn't want that in their yard? It's adorable. Mm-hmm. Doug built this birdhouse tree. So we have all these little wonky birdhouses hanging out, and you can see the girls, we had some oranges that were kind of getting gnarly. So we put some oranges out there and some apple slices, and because we also have deer and other things that come in. So it's so cute. It makes me so happy.
And Doug is so handy. That's so lucky. That's awesome.
Right. I feel I looked at him this is amazing. People would buy these, I feel like.
I think so too. Right. It looks professionally done. I actually, when I saw the picture, I thought this whole thing came together. I didn't realize it was all separate pieces that you guys put together.
Yeah. No, he bought the lumber and kind of, put it together. So we had all these spots. And then, you kind of wait, are the birds really going to move in? Will they really like the houses we've built for them? But yep, they're going in and out of them. And it actually, this setup with the block on the bottom didn't work so well. It blew over in the wind, and the girls were able to see that there was all these little twigs and like pine needles and stuff inside one of them. So they're definitely setting up camp, which is so cute. So he reset it up. We actually buried that now. So it's sturdy and all set for the birds. But I love the girls that they get to like look out the window and watch the birds hang out.
Can you tell like what kind of birds have started moving in?
Not yet, but we actually were talking about getting a bird book now because there's enough. There's like these really teeny, I think they're probably little finches or something. That go, the one that's on the left with the kind of green roof, that one, we see them going in and out of there. And so we'll see, we've got to do some investigation, but it's really fun to see it being used.
Right. So do you have binoculars by the window or anything that they can use to?
We do have binoculars here. The girls haven't busted them out yet for the birds, but we do deer watching and turkey watching. And we've actually had, a couple of years ago, we had a set of kits. A fox had like a litter of 3, and they would roll around and like play like puppies in the field. So we had the binoculars out a lot when they were playing in the field. So yeah, it's fun to see.
That is so cute. Wow, how fun. Very fun. Well, this week actually, 2 things happened that really I kind of got choked up about because it felt so momentous that they were happening again. So the Badger Car Ferry came back to port, and every year there's always like a little celebration down there. High school bands play, that type of thing. And so this year it happened again. It happened on Thursday, and it just felt so incredible. Like it felt like, all right, we are finally maybe like moving beyond. And the 3 bands, Manitowoc Lincoln, Manitowoc Lutheran, and Roncalli, all played a song together called A Jubilant March. And it was actually composed for the 150th anniversary of the city of Manitowoc. And so like they're playing the music and the Badgers coming in, and there are all these people. And I was just like, oh.
That is amazing. I have not heard that yet. We didn't get to go down there, but like, that is so cool. I love when like we hear about things coming where all of these kids are getting together and doing something like really big. Like that is so cool.
Yeah. And you know what else I loved was, so there were the 3 bands, and when they played the march, they all like intermixed. So all the trombones and sousaphones went together, all the, flutes went together. But before they played that song, they were like, the individual bands took turns playing pieces. So like Lincoln would play a piece, and then Lutheran would play a piece, right? But what was cool is they were so supportive of each other, right? Yes. So like, Lutheran would play this great piece, and then all the other kids would like, wow, that was so awesome, and you could like see the musicians intermingling, and like, it was such a cool camaraderie that they were bound by music more than just their school.
Right, that is really cool. I saw some really cool pictures of the bands down there and like people down there celebrating, and like the Red Hatters were down there. Like, what an amazing way to, again, kind of kick off our summer and get started. And I heard the fireworks show was amazing.
Oh, I heard it was spectacular. I was pooped by the end of the day, so I didn't make it down there, unfortunately.
Right. I didn't either, but yeah, a few people commented like as good as 4th of July. And I'm like, that is awesome. What a cool thing.
It's kind of like the celebration that we needed. It was kind of foggy on the horizon, and all of a sudden you could see the ship just like sort of coming through the fog, and it got closer and closer to the lighthouse. And then once it gets into the harbor, it sounds its salute. And I just got like all verklempt, it's just like, oh my God.
I love that you're emotional about the Badger. I think it's so cool. I love the history of it. For people who maybe haven't been following along, it just changed hands again. Somebody new purchased it. So the fact that we still get to have this be part of our community and bring tourists back and forth, and they do a lot of commercial hauling as well. And I love that we get to be a part of that history continuing into the future.
It's a National Historic Landmark, which is kind of cool in and of itself. It's the last remaining coal-fired passenger ship on the Great Lakes. So, it's unique for that reason. And it was so funny because they had like some speeches. And so Mayor Nichols was starting to give a speech and talking about, the passengers and the cargo. And just as he started saying that, this huge truck rumbles off the car ferry, and it had this crazy looking contraption, almost something you'd see out of like a Dr. Seuss book, all these like valves and like, and he's like, and that comes off the car ferry. It was just like this perfectly timed, funny moment. So
Right. Yeah, we drove by, I'm trying to think. Saturday night we drove by. Our girls had their end of the year piano recital, and some people we know got married at the wharf, which I think is also like amazing. They had the reception there. So we were just doing a little drive by, and there were all these trucks lined up at the car ferry dock, very industrial looking things, and then like a section of wind tower getting ready to get on. Like those big hollow oval things. I'm like, again, so cool. Like, what a cool thing for us.
yeah. Yeah, it is. It's fantastic. Well, and then the other thing that got me really it was so moving is the Manitowoc Symphony Orchestra is back. So the Capitol Civic Center was open this weekend. It was still at a social distanced capacity, I think of only 25%, but the orchestra got to assemble and play. Let's see, I've got a picture. And when they started tuning, and then when the conductor launched into the first song, oh my gosh, it really like I had little tears in my eyes that I had to wipe away. Plus, it was really moving. It was called Healing the Community. So if you notice on the left, there's like that candelabra.
Right.
They had somebody like lighting the candles and then extinguishing the candles as certain things developed in the music. And there was, I'm not sure exactly what the piece was called, but you could hear Ave Maria running through it. And like from time to time, you could see the conductor. There was a shot of him. And because you could see his face, you could just see the emotion and everything that he was conducting the orchestra to play. It was so beautiful.
That is so cool. It makes me so happy to see that the Capitol is open again and things are starting to happen there. I know like some of our local dance studios did their end of the year recitals. Like it, again, is a good indicator of what's happening. And I love the music and the arts is so important. That I love seeing these things kind of coming back on the scene. So good morning, Mary. I see Mary. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Mary. Seeing Mary pop on, and you just mentioned the wharf, which is so cool. I really love the vision that Brendan Seehafer had down there. The reason I'm connecting those two is the Glam Band was just playing down there, and Mary posted a picture. She was going in 80s costume. She totally rocked it. She knows how to take a look and just own it. So that's pretty cool.
Yes. Mary, she said she's waving. Mary, you always have the best, most thorough costumes of anybody I know. I think it's fabulous. Keep doing your thing, girl.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, keep doing your thing and keep sharing the pictures because it's pretty cool.
Right.
I've always joked with Jason that Mary is a shapeshifter. The first time I introduced him to her, I'm like, now the next time you meet her, you might not recognize that you've met her before because if she's in costume of any kind, she completely transforms.
Right. Some girlfriends from the gym went down for Glam Band and said it was like packed and they had so much fun that like it was just a great evening. The Glam Band is always good. If you have never seen them, you must at some point take this in your life. It's well worth it. But yeah, they said they had like an awesome night. So what a great way. Again, I think that was the kickoff to the Wharfs season. So check it out. They have a ton. I think their schedule's up through the end of June. Tons of shows weekly. So there's your free advertising, Brennan.
Yeah. But no, just a shout out to Brennan for that vision, for creating that right here. When I was standing in that space the other day, looking around, I really felt transported. Like it feels like maybe you're in Florida or some other place. Like finally we have this beautiful little riverside place right here in Manitowoc.
Right. Yeah. Retractable roof. Doug and I noticed docks along so people can come from Sheboygan or Milwaukee or Port Washington or Sturgeon Bay, like all these amazing ports that we have along Lake Michigan, cruise up here and tie up and have dinner in Manitowoc. Like, again, visionary to your point. Just, it's really, really cool. I love it.
Yeah, me too. And, the Waterfront Wine Bar right there too.
Right.
I'm surprised that it took me, I'm like going to be 49 this week, right? So I had to be 49 years old before these like riverside experiences existed in Manitowoc. All these years it's kind of been, I don't know, the river and the lake have been wasted as far as turning towards them and enjoying recreation,
Right. Yeah, taking it in. You know, one of the things that's cool, we were at Bernstein's after the girls' recital to our celebratory ice cream sundaes, and we walked out and we could hear the music from the wharf at Bernstein's. And I know we've had this experience. We've done Sub Pub before when there's a band, wine bar. Like, there's all these amazing places that you can, even the like park area where the farmers market is, set up camp for the night. Like, you're not necessarily in the party, but like a beautiful way to sit back and kind of take in the music. And, you know, there's something exciting about like, wait, I can hear live music. Where is that coming from? And, you know, just being able to enjoy that.
And what's kind of cool, you know, that corner downtown Manitowoc by the bridge, 8th and Maritime, how it had like a curve, and now they're reconstructing that and making it more of a traditional intersection. Well, they're putting in a fountain dedicated to Gene Wolfmeyer, and then they're also putting in like amphitheater seating. And it faces the river. And so, yeah, it would be a perfect place when it's done where you could stop, have a snack, you know, enjoy the music that's happening.
Right. Yeah. It's just, I mean, there's a lot of very cool things. Even like, I know it's a bathroom, guys, but I'm very excited about the bathroom.
Thanks, Mary.
Right. On the Blue Rail, like we have these amazing facilities and things happening along the lakeshore. Yeah. Can we just take a moment in time to say, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tina. Happy birthday to you.
That was beautiful. Oh, Kristen, thank you.
My cheeks are getting red because I don't sing on, you know, live very often. So,
well, I think we should maybe reconsider that because that was awfully good.
I agree with Mary. I do not think you look 49. I think you're fabulous. I love your energy so much. And I'm excited to see what this next trip around the sun brings.
Aw, you guys are so nice. Thank you.
Aww.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, you deserve it. You definitely deserve it. Would you have any big plans for your birthday? What are you doing?
No. You know, I think Jason is planning to invite my parents over, maybe my grandma, making some dinner, and just probably some cribbage, going for that 29-point hand.
It's your birthday. You're going to lose. You're going to get skunked.
Yes, I'll get back to you on that. I'll let you know what happens. And I really want to go for a bike ride. I really just want to put the bikes on the bike rack, drive to some trail, and get lost in the wild.
That sounds perfect. Can we just pause for a moment and talk about Jason's most recent, like, I'm going to be a chef again, haunting us all with these amazing looking lunches and dinners?
I know. It's pretty amazing. I mean, he got away from it for so long. It's amazing to see him coming back to it. And yeah, he's got some skills.
It looked awesome. Kevin, what's your favorite thing that he's made in is this your new kitchen? Like, has the new kitchen inspired the cooking?
Yeah, it has. It's totally made all of the difference because now there's space. So before, our house is like from 1924. So the kitchen was so small, like it really wasn't much bigger than this room I'm sitting in right now. So literally one person could be there. And if there were two people, you know, you were bumping into each other. It just wasn't sustainable. Good morning, Chrisma. And so now it's expanded, it's more spacious, and he has a gas stove. And so he's been wanting a gas stove for a long time. And so now with the gas range, he just feels liberated to cook again. And so he asked about my favorite thing. I would say my favorite thing is the most recent thing I ate, always. But the other day he made like some little like steak slices, and it had like some kind of soy sauce glaze. It was a perfect matchup, that flavor.
It sounds good. Everything is like so nicely laid out and the colors are beautiful. Like, I would be so excited to eat every day.
What I don't understand is I can open the refrigerator and look at the exact same ingredients. I'm like, we got nothing. I guess I'm heading to the store, you know? And then I'll turn around and he's like, ta-da.
Right. You know, I think that is like Doug and I. So Doug is like, give me a recipe or give me the grill. Yeah. I'm Jason. I'm so happy for you. I feel like the painting came back and now the cooking's coming back, and I love seeing you doing all those things you're amazing at. But yeah, and then sometimes I can look and be like, okay, we got leftover chicken. I got a can of tomatoes, and you know, like, and I can usually throw something somewhat decent together, but definitely not how Jason Prigge can cook, apparently.
But I think it's a skill, really, right? To look at those ingredients and to like figure out how they can flavors work together, and you can make something that people will eat.
Right. I mean, that's true. There are things sometimes that I will eat, but my children will not eat. So,
yeah. You know, can we just go back to the wharf for a second? Speaking
Yeah.
of that, so they've got a restaurant there now. And the other day I got some perch tacos. I love perch. I love tacos. I thought, awesome. And they really were delicious. And so I brought the extras home and put them in the refrigerator. And my really picky son, right, who doesn't like perch, who typically doesn't like tacos, ate one. He's like, Mom, what is this? Where did this come from? This is in my top favorite foods. Now he's
seriously.
Yeah, he's gone back like 3 times asking if he could have the perch tacos from there.
That's
so
amazing. And left over, not fresh. I know. That is so cool.
I know.
I know. I'm excited to have dinner down there and take that in. So do you know, do they serve every day?
I think so.
Okay. That sounds so cool.
Starting 11 a.m. maybe.
Sure. I'll have to check it out. We'll post the link to the wharf just because we've talked about it so much that we should post the link in the comments after.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And Mary dishes. Oh, I think she's talking about Jason. The dishes he's making are amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, Mary.
I agree. Tina, the time goes so fast.
Holy smokes, it does. Wow, we just really chatter on, don't we?
I know.
It's been really fun. I really enjoyed today's conversation. Thank you, everybody that joined the conversation via chat. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I really appreciate it, you guys.
Hope it's
amazing. Next time we're 49.
49.
Working on my jazz hands, my birthday jazz hands.
Take pics when you're bike riding. We can't wait to see it.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to see you guys next time on Coffee with Kristen and Tina. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. We'll see you again very soon. Bye, everyone.